My name is Lieutenant Jenny Lita Coco, and I'm the commanding officer of Eastern District Major Crime. My career started with the Connecticut State Police in 2010. After the academy, I was assigned to Troop F in Westbrook. I then went to Central District Major Crime for a few years as a detective. Then I went to Eastern District Major Crime as a detective. I was promoted to sergeant in 2021, where I was assigned to Troop E in Montville. After that, I was a sergeant assigned to accreditation. Then I got promoted to lieutenant and came back to Eastern District Major Crime. Major Crimes is responsible for investigating serious offenses. So within the state of Connecticut, we have 3 districts. Each district has their own major crime units. That includes a criminal investigative unit at each barracks, and each district has their own van unit. We have detectives that investigate fraud complaints, robberies, larcenies, sexual assaults, and our van unit investigates homicides, suspicious deaths, found remains, and does assisting with crime scene processing for local PDs. So when we do crime scene processing, we typically take our van out that holds all of our equipment and tools in order for us to properly document the scene by the use of photography. We have a laser scanner that does our mapping for us. There's different ways to process a scene that contains what we would call typically blood-like substance or believed to be blood. We can do presumptive tests. We have a phenolphthalein test that we can do that would turn a pink or purplish color if blood is presumed to be detected. It's not a confirmation, but it's a tool that we'll use. Also, we can also use luminol, which is also a presumptive test for blood that can find latent blood stains and patterns throughout a scene. So in the majority, if not all of our crime scenes, we do collect DNA samples, or sometimes we call them blind swabs for DNA or touch DNA. Typically, we would have maybe 20 to 30 different potential DNA samples that we would collect from a scene. In my major crime career, a case that sticks out the most to me that I remember was in 2020. I was a detective, and there was a murder up in the town of Wellington. I remember going to this murder in Wellington, and the suspect had fled prior to our arrival. We had no idea who the suspect was at the time. It was hours later that a witness saw a vehicle that belonged to the suspect abandoned in the woods, and it was at that time we started to develop this person as our suspect. It was learned that this suspect ended up committing a home invasion close in the area and then stole the victim's vehicle, where he then drove to another town in Connecticut and murdered someone else. He then kidnapped the resident and forced her to drive out of state, where he eventually let her go. He continued his crime spree that spanned different states and different jurisdictions. We worked very closely with other local, state, and federal agencies, and after a 6-day manhunt, we ultimately located him in Maryland. If you do choose this career path, that you are a positive role model for the community and for your friends and your family, and you're held to a high standard.